In this video, we shall see how to create a field dependency in Salesforce. If we move to the student object and in fields and relationship section, we have this option called as field dependencies. This option will be available for all the objects. So if we click on this field dependencies, we can see that there is an option to create a new field dependency. If we have seen the previous video where I have explained what are field dependencies, you will understand it more. If I click on this new button, there is two options called as controlling field and dependent field. So in controlling field, I am selecting as Salesforce role, and in dependent field, I am selecting as Salesforce skill set, and I am clicking on continue. So here there is a option given to us to select what are all the options that the Salesforce skill set should show if a user selects this particular option. So if user selects admin option, I'll only show until these four values, and I'm clicking on include values. So if you accidentally click on this particular value and if you want to exclude this values because of your project requirement, or maybe you have accidentally clicked on this value. So in this case, you can click on this value and click on exclude values to remove from the visible values. So if user selects developer option as a Salesforce role, then I want user to only see these particular values in the Salesforce skill set, and I'm clicking on include. So if user selects Salesforce role, then I want to show these values, and I'm clicking on include. And only if user selects business analyst, I'll show only the flow as the value. And if the user selects the role as architect, I'll show all these values and I'll include. Here we can see that we have only mapped for only 5 out of 7. If we click on next, we'll have all these other values. If the Salesforce role is project manager, I'll just give these 4 values, and if Salesforce role is associate, I'll give these values along with these values in the Salesforce skill set. This values will be depending on your project requirement. I'm just showing this as an example. So if I click on include, these are options are now saved. If you want to preview the values and how it works, you can click on this preview option, and here you can see the options that will be available. The pop-up will be there and it will show the preview. Since my screen recorder doesn't allow showing the pop-up, I am skipping this part for now. If we click on save, this field dependency will be updated. You can check on this by clicking on this field dependencies button. Here you can see that there is already one field dependency created. So if we move to our new created Salesforce app, which is Learn SF, we can just refresh this page so that our changes will be reflected. So if we click on the Salesforce role, here you can see that the roles are available. If I click on admin, you can see that these values are now changed. If I click on developer, the values are changed. If I click on architect, there are all the options which are available. So in this way, we can create a field dependency in Salesforce.